Nuseir Yassin, famously known as Nas Daily, has become a lightning rod for controversy, caught between his Israeli-Palestinian identity and the world's most divisive conflict. From his viral one-minute videos to his bold stances on Israel's existence and the need to free Palestine from Hamas, Yassin's journey has sparked both inspiration and outrage. Protests, boycotts, and accusations of whitewashing atrocities in Gaza have followed him, even as he remains steadfast in his call for peace and coexistence. His departure from Instagram and shift to X, formerly Twitter, marks a turning point in his deeply polarizing narrative. Born on February 9, 1992, in the picturesque town of Araba, Israel, Nuseir Yassin was not just another child of an Arab Muslim family of Palestinian descent. He carried a lineage of struggle, identity, and ambition. His mother, a teacher, and his father, a psychologist, instilled in him the importance of education. But it was the silent complexities of identity that shaped his early life. In the cobblestone streets of Araba, Nuseir grew up speaking Palestinian Arabic, dreaming in a language of resilience, and grappling with the realities of being a Palestinian Arab with Israeli citizenship. His words resonate even today. I thought this term reflected who I was. Palestinian first, Israeli second. But identity, as we know, is a fluid construct. At just 19 years old, Nuseir Yassin embarked on a journey few from his background could even imagine. With a dream of pursuing aerospace engineering, he applied to Harvard University, pouring his heart into an application essay that chronicled his struggle as an ethnic Arab in Israel. And Harvard said yes. In 2014, he graduated with a degree in economics and a minor in computer science, trading the dusty streets of Araba for the ivory towers of one of the world's most prestigious institutions. But the question lingered: was he leaving his Palestinian roots behind for a global identity? Armed with a Harvard education, Nuseir didn't settle for the conventional path. Instead, he turned his lens on the world. In 2016, the idea of Nas Daily was born, creating one-minute videos every day for 1,000 days, documenting diverse stories from around the globe. But behind the camera, Nuseir was a man in search of belonging. By 2022, he publicly acquired citizenship from St. Kitts and Nevis, strategically bypassing restrictions that his Israeli citizenship had imposed, particularly with access to Malaysia. The Middle East crisis of 2023 marked a turning point in Nuseir's public identity. Once identifying as a Palestinian Israeli, he declared himself Israeli-Palestinian, reversing the order of allegiance. This shift came in the aftermath of Hamas's attack on Israel, an event that shook the region to its core. By October 2023, he openly tweeted, "I view myself as an Israeli-Palestinian, Israeli first, Palestinian second." Was this a pragmatic move or a betrayal of his roots? The world is still debating. Despite the controversy, Nuseir didn't shy away from voicing his opinions. He advocated for a two-state solution during the historic three-front war involving Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthi rebels. His call for peace echoed across social media, but it also exposed him to criticism from both sides of the conflict. At the heart of Nuseir Yassin's journey lies a fundamental question: can one person truly embody two conflicting identities? As a non-religious Muslim who once dreamt in Arabic but now advocates as an Israeli citizen, his story challenges the boundaries of nationality, faith, and belonging. the NDTV World Summit, Nuseir Yassin made a statement that would send shockwaves across political and social divides. "I think Israel should exist." He elaborated with striking clarity, advocating for a two-state solution and calling for the liberation of Palestine, not from Israel, but from Hamas, terrorism, and radicalism.
Because of that, my political opinion, which I made very clear, that we need two states for two people, but also we need to free Palestine from Hamas, from radical, from terrorism. I'm not for that at all, and I think Israel should exist.
This unapologetic stance, especially as a Palestinian Arab-Israeli citizen, instantly attracted ire. But Yassin didn't shy away. He shared an introspective challenge. What are you willing to stand before 10,000 people who disagree with you and tell them you're all wrong? For me, it is the Israel-Palestine conflict.
And I want everybody to think about this picture. You are all wrong. Think about this. What are you willing to stand in front of 10,000 people that disagree with you and tell them you are all wrong? And for me, it's the Israel and Palestine conflict. But for you, it's something else.
Yassin didn't just face criticism, he paid the price. Cancelled over 10 times, he revealed how his outspoken views cost him brand deals, followers, and even personal safety. Yet his resilience stood firm. Because the videos are just so damn good, you're willing to listen to somebody from Israel even though you hate Israel so much.
Because the videos are just so damn good that you're willing to listen to somebody from Israel even though you hate Israel so much.
Absolutely. His journey offers a profound lesson. Conviction often demands sacrifice. The image he invoked of standing alone against 10,000 dissenters became not just a metaphor, but a lived reality. The controversies reached new heights when a pro-Palestinian protest disrupted a Nas Daily meetup in Tokyo. Demonstrators accused Yassin of being a tool of Israel's propaganda, holding signs with phrases like, "We don't need influencers complicit in genocide." In a scene as charged as it was chaotic, attendees at the event were divided. While some stood by Yassin, others, swayed by the protesters, declared, "After listening to both sides, I'm not on his side." Yassin's response to the Tokyo protest was, in typical fashion, unflinching. "I told them I agreed with them. I also want to free Palestine from Hamas, from terrorism, from radical religion." But the protesters' vision of a free Palestine was starkly different. For them, Yassin's acknowledgement of Israel as his country was a betrayal of Palestinian solidarity. Yassin responded with sharp wit, calling out the media for misrepresentation. "Here's my statement. You're fake news." His tone may have been lighthearted, but the message was crystal clear. He wasn't backing down. The Palestinians of Japan, who organized the protest, claimed that Yassin was depriving his viewers of the full truth, accusing him of glossing over Israel's actions in Gaza. He's not just another content creator. He's a willing, brutal tool of Israel's propaganda machine. These accusations echoed sentiments Yassin has faced repeatedly, but his stance remains resolute. His mission, as he frames it, is not to take sides but to inspire dialogue, even amidst the most contentious debates. At just 32 years old, Nas Daily's legacy is already cemented, not just as a vlogger, but as a polarizing figure in the global debate over identity, politics, and truth. His Tokyo protest marks a turning point in his journey, where his message was both fiercely defended and vehemently attacked. As Yassin continues to navigate this treacherous terrain, the question remains, is he a bridge between two worlds or a lightning rod for controversy? It was meant to be a day of celebration, a chance for Nas Daily to connect with his fans in Shah Alam on October 14th. But the event quickly descended into chaos. Pro-Palestinian demonstrators flooded the meetup, accusing Yassin of supporting Israel's actions in Gaza. What began as a fan gathering morphed into a volatile confrontation. Placards decried him as a pro-genocide grifter complicit in apartheid. The backlash was fierce, yet amidst the noise, Yassin remained steadfast, calmly addressing his audience. "I do not want to live under a Palestinian government. Israel is my home, but Palestine should exist too." His words, while measured, poured fuel on an already blazing fire. The criticism wasn't confined to the streets. Social media exploded with reactions. Pro-Israel voices hailed Yassin's courage, calling him brave and a defender of coexistence. Meanwhile, others lambasted him for gaslighting those who are suffering. One user didn't mince words. Nas Daily will fade into oblivion, and his legacy will rot in the dustbin of history. Another wrote, "Nobody wants Palestine free from Jews. What we want is freedom from apartheid and occupation." This isn't the first time Yassin has been accused of whitewashing Israel's actions. Critics point to a now-deleted video from 2020, where Yassin spoke about the creation of Israel in 1948, saying, "Some Palestinians left, some got killed, and some stayed. My people stayed." In 2020, the Boycott, Divestment, and Sanctions (BDS) movement called for a boycott of Nas Daily, accusing him of promoting normalization with Israel through his UAE-backed training program. Yet Yassin has consistently positioned himself as an advocate for peace, stating, "I've chosen to move on. Life is too short to fight over the name of a piece of land." The Shah Alam incident marked a turning point. On Instagram, Yassin announced his departure from the platform, stating, "I want to keep Instagram free of politics. Everything political is moving to X." The decision drew mixed reactions. Was this a retreat from controversy or a strategic move to compartmentalize his content? To his critics, Yassin's stance represents betrayal, a Palestinian-Israeli whitewashing occupation. To his supporters, he's a voice of reason in an unreasonable world, promoting dialogue over division. "I want to free Palestine from Hamas, from terrorism, from radical religion," he declared. But many ask, at what cost? His 2023 statement, "Israeli first, Palestinian second," is both a personal revelation and a political lightning rod. It encapsulates the duality of his identity, but it also alienates those who see it as a rejection of his Palestinian roots. At 32 years old, Yassin's journey has been anything but ordinary. From Harvard classrooms to global protests, he's navigated the complexities of identity, politics, and public scrutiny. "I do not want to live under a Palestinian government," he said, "but I do want to see Palestine thrive as an independent state." The question remains, can someone straddle both sides of a deeply entrenched conflict and still hope for peace? Nuseir Yassin's story challenges us to confront uncomfortable truths. His journey isn't just about videos or protests. It's about the courage to speak out, even when the world is watching. If you're ready for more stories that provoke, inspire, and question everything, subscribe to Mystery Media now. Because truth isn't just something you hear, it's something you feel.